Good morning, students. Welcome to the class. We are doing chapter 4 of Sociology, class 12. The name of the chapter is The Market as a Social Institution. In this session, we will cover the following topics: weekly tribal market, colonialism, and weekly market, with an example of weekly market in a Bastar district. So, let us start with our session. There is a traditional or periodic market all over the world. Periodic markets are indicator of tribal culture and peasant societies. Weekly markets bring together people from surrounding villages who come to sell their agricultural or other produce and to buy manufactured goods and other items that are not available in their villages. They attract traders from outside the local area as well as moneylenders, entertainers, astrologers, and a host of other specialists offering their services and wares. In rural India, there are also specialized markets that take place at less frequent intervals. For instance, cattle markets. These periodic markets link different regional and local economies together and link them to the wider national economy and to towns and metropolitan centers. The weekly market is the major institution for the exchange of goods as well as for social intercourse. Local peoples come to the market to sell their agricultural or forest produce to traders who carry it to the towns for resale, and they buy essentials such as salt and agricultural implements and consumption items such as bangles and jewelries. But for many visitors, the primary reason to come to the market is social, that is to meet the kins, to arrange marriages, exchange gossips, and so on. Colonialism and weekly market, or we can say changes in the tribal market. While the weekly markets in tribal area may be a very old institution, its character had changed over time. After these remote areas were brought under the control of the colonial state, they were gradually incorporated in the wider regional and national economies. Tribal areas were opened up by building roads and pacifying the local people so that the rich forest and mineral resources of these areas could be exploited. This led to the influx of traders, moneylenders, and other non-tribal peoples from the plains into these areas. The local tribal economy was transformed as forest produce was sold to outsiders and money and new kind of goods entered the system. Tribal were also recruited as laborers to work on plantation and mines that were established under colonialism. A market for tribal labor developed during the colonial period. Due to all these changes, local tribal economies became linked into wider markets, usually with very negative consequences for local people. For example, the entry of traders and moneylenders from outside the local area led to the impoverishment of Adivasis, many of whom lost their lands to outsiders. The weekly market as a social institution, the link between the local tribal economy and the outside, and the exploitative economy relationship between Adivasis and others are illustrated by a study of a weekly market in the district, which is populated mainly by Gonds and Adivasi groups. Now, we understand this with the example of weekly market in Bastar district. Bastar district is located in Chhattisgarh. Mainly the Gond tribe reside in this district. At the weekly market, there are mostly the local people, including tribals and non-tribals, as well as outsiders, mainly Hindu traders of various castes. Forest officials also come to the market to conduct business with Adivasis who work for the forest department, and the market attracts a variety of specialists selling their goods and services. Major goods that are exchanged in the market are manufactured goods such as jewelry and trinkets, pots and knives, non-local foods such as salt and turmeric, local food and agricultural produce and manufactured items such as bamboo basket, and forest produce such as tamarind or oilseeds. The forest produce that is brought by the Adivasis is purchased by traders who carry it to town. In the market, the buyers are mostly Adivasis while the sellers are mainly caste Hindus. Adivasi earn cash from the sale of forest and agriculture produce and from wage labor, which they spend in the market mainly on low value and with jewelry and consumption items such as manufactured clothes. According to Alfred Gill, who studied thoroughly the market, had significance much beyond its economic function. For example, the layout of the market represents the hierarchical intergroup social relations in this region. Different social groups are located according to their position in the caste and social hierarchy as well as in the market system. The wealthy and high-ranking Rajput dwellers and the middle-ranking local Hindu traders sit in the central zone, and the tribal sellers of vegetables and local wares in the outer circle. The quality of social relation is expressed in the kind of goods that are bought and sold and the way in which transactions are carried out. For instance, interaction between tribal and non-tribal traders are very different than those between Hindu of the same community. That's it with your today's session. In tomorrow class, we will start with our next topic, that is caste-based market and trading network in pre-colonial and colonial India, and social organizations of market, that is traditional business communities. Till then, take care. Goodbye.